Welcome Nordangia students to tutorial 6 on programming using Scratch, this time on changing scenes and levels, and we're going to explore how to maximize background changes and making sprites appear and disappear. So let's have a look at our Scratch and let's have a look at adding some scenes on here. So I'm going to add some different backgrounds and we're going to add a beach one. We'll add a farm and we'll add a desert. And if we click on the backdrops and go to backdrops on the top left, we can see all three of our backdrops, including the first. So I'm going to remove that one. And I'm going to go back to the code part of our backdrops. And we're going to have two things. We're going to have a broadcast to send a message and one to receive. So here we're going to have a broadcast one here, and we're going to say when I receive, and we're going to have a flag, and we're going to say new message. We'll say scene 1, and we'll do again scene 2. And we'll have scene 3. And I'm going to add some times in here as well. So I'll add 3 seconds between each one, like so. And then when I receive that message, I want it then to change the different scenes. So when I receive scene 1, I want it to switch the background to desert. When I change scene 2, I want to change the farm. And likewise, when I change the scene 3, I want to change to the beach Malibu. And if I press play, it will now change between each of those different scenes. So this is all good, but it's just changing the scenes. Now I want to make it that when I move my Scratch Cat, it will then change the scene. So when it gets to the end, it will then go to the next scene. So I can go to let's go to the control or the events, and we'll say when the flag is clicked. So that's going to start, and I'm going to create a variable called scene. And this will be the scene number, basically. So I'm going to set our scene to 1. And in this case, so this is where I need to then add this onto our backdrop here. Okay, I'm going to go back. So this is when our backdrop is pressed. Now in this case, we're going to have a forever because it's going to go forever. Okay, so I'm going to go to forever, and I want it to basically say if that scene number is equals to 1, then it will broadcast scene 1. If it's equals to 2, it will broadcast scene 2, and so on. So I need to have some ifs here. So I need 3 sets of ifs. And I need to then go and get a comparison operator here. So I'm going to say equals. And I'm going to say if scene equals 1, it'll do this. If it's this, it will do this, and so on. Like so. And I'll go to scene and I'll say if scene equals 1, then do this. Scene equals 2, and scene equals 3. And I've just got to drag the different blocks into here, like so. And so it will broadcast them, and then it will change them. Go back to my cat now, and this time I want it to move. So I can do a bit of I can say the left and the right arrows here. So I will use my let's use the forever one first of all. And we're going to use the events for the flag. And we'll say if the X position, so if I go over here, X is, it gets at the end, it's over 200. So if the X position, if it's greater than 200, so if X is greater than 200, so we need to find the X, then change that scene number. So we need to change the scene number by 1, or change our scene. And then I need to basically move the cat to a new position. So I need to set our X to -178. So, like so. And I'm going to have a move block here. So I'll go to say when right arrow is pressed, I'm going to say X move. So I'm going to say X by 10. Let's play this, see if this works. There we go. Look at that. And it moves. Let's just make this go to, let's just check the costume. So we've got costume 1 and costume 2 are the two that I want, which is fine. So I want to have looks over here, and I'm going to say switch costume to costume 2, duplicate, switch costume to costume 1, play, and this time, oh, doesn't seem to want to move. Let's change that to next costume. Like there. And it'll keep walking. Like so. Let's add a timer in there to see if I can do it this way. So switch costume to 2, wait, duplicate, and we'll change this to 1. Going a bit too slow, 0.2. Yeah, it does work. Let's just change this a bit faster, 0.1. There we go. Every time it gets to the end, it then starts back at the beginning and it cycles through. But we've got this already. Let's try and get it to go the other way. So that's going to be your challenge. Now make the cat be able to move to the left of the screen. So if I go back to Scratch, if I press the right, it will move and it will change its costume. However, if I suddenly put, and I'm just going to do this as a show, if I put the left arrow here and I put our looks here, and I say I'm going to put the move part. So I'm going to say change X by -10. You'll see what happens. Press play. This is moving. Press the other way. It just goes backwards. So I now need to go into the costumes part and I need to duplicate. So I can move this backwards. This is costume 3. And I will have to flip it. So I can flip that way. So you're going to have to create 2 more costumes by flipping these 2 costumes like so. Good luck with the challenge of making it go left and right. And I look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial.